Hello and welcome back to Sparrows and Business Diaries. I am here to give you a scrapbook paper update, but a very specific scrapbook paper update because earlier in the year I uploaded a handful of scrapbook paper pads using the Repper app, and I made a video about it and quite a few people watched it. I was telling you how I had started to make sales, but I haven't given you an update since then. And the reason why I'm making this video now is that Repper has got a Black Friday 50% off its annual subscription fee. So I'm going to show you my results and what's happened for me just from those few scrapbook paper pads that I uploaded, what's been selling and how much money have I made, and also what my future plans using Repper are going to be. And hopefully by showing you what I've been doing, you will be able to make a decision about whether you want to go for this 50% off deal or not. If you do decide that you want the discount, then you do need to go down into my description box. You need to click on a link that takes you through to Repper, and then you need to make sure that you input my discount code, which is also in the description box. But before you decide, let me tell you very quickly what Repper is all about. Repper is a mesmerising pattern making tool that reminds me of an old-fashioned kaleidoscope. If you put a basic graphic into it, you will get a spectacular repeating pattern out of it in seconds. Move a little to the left or a little to the right and you have a whole new pattern, again in seconds. You can experiment with different colours and styles and create hundreds of different patterns. Did I mention? In seconds. The more you practice, the more you can create repeating patterns in specific styles like Art Deco, Art Nouveau and mid-century modern. You can go geometric, include Moroccan flourishes, or just play around until something beautiful or crazy happens. Once you have your patterns, you can create your own passive income streams by selling them as scrapbook paper pads on Amazon KDP, digital paper downloads on Etsy, or upload them to print-on-demand platforms like Redbubble, Society6 and Spoonflower to offer them for sale on a range of different products. And because the graphic you've entered into the app is something you've made yourself, you don't need to worry about copyright because you are the copyright holder of what comes out of Repper. Check out the affiliate link in the description box below for a discount and links to my other videos about how I'm building passive income streams with Repper. So as you can probably tell from that, one of the things that I really like is the speed that I can create all the different patterns. I also love the fact that you can create really simple graphics. I mean, did you see what I did? Like the scribbles and the circles and things like that, all the different colors, and how you can still come up with these incredible patterns at the end of it. You do not need to have any artistic skill whatsoever, and you can create those scribbles on Canva now that it's got its draw feature. You can use basic shapes and lines, and if you do also have Procreate on an iPad, then you can create more sort of detailed patterns and things like that and smush everything together and get all of these fantastic patterns. You'll have also noticed as well in that clip that I've figured out how you can put certain things in and get different styles of pattern back out from it, not just the style of pattern that you get from Repper itself. If you input the right things, then you can get patterns out that look like they're Art Deco, Art Nouveau, and also ones that have got like a 1950s mid-century modern look to them. Now, loads of you have signed up to express an interest in a couple of mini courses that I was thinking about creating. First of all, they're definitely going to go ahead because loads of you seem to be interested in it, so that's really positive. So one of the lessons that's going to be in the scrapbook paper mini course is one that's all about using Repper to create specific styles of patterns so that you know what sort of thing to input into Repper to get a particular style of pattern out of the end of it. Now, the link to register your interest in that is still in my description box, so go and check that out if that sounds like something you'd be interested in learning about. The other reason why I really like Repper is that I am not getting to grips with AI particularly well. I'm finding that there is most definitely a learning curve with that, whereas there isn't that much of one with Repper. I mean, you can see how easy it is. You're just moving a cursor around to get all of these different patterns. Whereas what I'm finding happens with AI is, depending on the prompts that I put in, I am not getting what I want out of it. And also I'm getting weird stuff out of it, like flowers that aren't fully formed and patterns that aren't repeating patterns. And because I also put my patterns that I make for the scrapbook paper, because I also put those onto other platforms like Redbubble and Society6, etc., they are going onto things like throws and cushion covers, and I need my patterns to be repeating patterns. They have got to line up and match up properly. And so far, I'm not getting those accurate results from AI. So those are my reasons for using Repper. And what I'm going to show you now are my results so far. Right, let's get stuck in and see how these Repper scrapbook paper pads are doing. Those of you that have watched my scrapbook paper pad videos before will be familiar with this spreadsheet, which is just where I'm keeping a record of the scrapbooks that I've made, where I've uploaded them, whether I've marketed them in some way, etc. Now, I've obviously blanked out all of the titles. The ones that are highlighted in yellow, they are the Repper scrapbooks, and there are 9 of them in total. Out of those 9, you can see that a couple of them haven't sold a single copy, another couple of them have sold 1 copy each, and then the rest, and we've got a 2 there, an 11, 16, 6, 24. So it's still a pretty good hit rate. Most of what I'm making in terms of scrapbook paper is getting at least 1 sale. Most of them are getting a handful of sales, and then every now and again, and you can see that this pattern is with all the scrapbook paper pads, that actually some of them, 71, 23, 22, 30, 25, some of them just go on and sell a decent chunk over the course of a year. Now, this isn't a full year. I can't remember when I put these Repper pads on. They've maybe been on for, and this is a little bit of a guess, I think maybe about 5 months. 4 or 5 months, something like that. But these are the orders down here, and let's have a look and see how much money they've made. So I've just added this quickly at the end of the spreadsheet, and you can see that in total they've made about £120, so $150 rounded up there over the course of a few months. Just 9 books. I mean, the money's only come from 7 of them. I will leave it up to you to decide whether you think that that is good or bad or somewhere in between. For me, those scrapbooks were incredibly easy to make. You can hopefully see that from the little clip that I inserted about how quick it is to use Repper. And what I think we need to do now is to just have a chat about what my plan of action should be using Repper, and whether it's a tool that's the right one for you guys to use as well if you are thinking of starting some sort of decorative paper or repeating pattern, surface pattern type of business. So now you've seen how many orders I've had from those 9 books and how much money I've made from them. Let's think about what I might be doing moving forward and what you could potentially do and potentially earn as well. So those books that I created didn't take very long. I also didn't do a huge amount of research for them either. I just created beautiful pattern books. Most of them, I would say, have a sort of colour theme, or maybe like a style and colour theme to them. So I did do a little bit of research into what colours seem to be trending. Beyond that, that's kind of all I did. So here's what I'm thinking. I've made about $150 from 9 books. I know only 7 of them have sold, but it's realistic to kind of include the ones that haven't sold in the numbers that I'm looking at, I think. So 9 books for about half a year has got me $150. So if I times that by 2 to give me more of an idea of what could be achieved over the course of 12 months, then that's $300. So $300 a year from 9 books that have been very fast to make. A little bit of thought's gone into the title, a little bit of thought's gone into like the research into colours and patterns, like I said. $300 a year, okay, that's not bad. So looking to the future then, what if I double the amount that I've got on there? What if I create another 9 books and I end up with 18 books? Well, then that's suddenly $600 per year. Now, I know it's not going to work out exactly like that. I'm thinking in kind of ballpark numbers and possibilities based on the numbers that I've already got. That sounds good to me because I can make them quickly and easily. And then I thought, well, what if I double that again and we're looking at, this is where my maths is going to fail me, 36? We're looking at 36 books. And then 36 books is going to bring in $1,200. So that could be worth doing. I think. And then what if I set myself the challenge of doubling that again and coming up with 72 books? Well, I say coming up with, letting the Repper app do its thing and coming up with 72 paper packs that I'm selling on Amazon KDP of beautiful patterns, different styles, different colours, great titles. What if I did that and I get $2,400 a year, approximately? That actually makes a massive difference to my life. That's huge. That's a big number to me. And I know that some people get that every month on Amazon KDP. That's not me yet. I would be happy to get that per year. And then on top of the books that I've already got, which I think are going to come in at around about $1,500, suddenly I'm looking at a really good chunk of money every year from something that's not going to take me that long. So to me, this is looking good. And then I got to thinking, what if I doubled it again to 144 books? Because if I'm using the Repper app, that's not impossible. And actually, because a lot of the work is being done for you, I mean, obviously you still need to kind of arrange it in the packs and do the front covers and things, but the main bulk of the work, the creation of the patterns, is being done for me. So 144 of them in a year is not entirely out of the question. Now, this might sound completely wrong to those of you who prefer to, you know, research thoroughly this one book and make one book with higher content and so on. And that's absolutely fine. I mean, who am I to argue with the way that other people run their businesses? But there's more than one way to do this. There's more than one way to do KDP. And actually, as long as the quality of the books is there and the quality of the patterns are there, because the app is doing it all for me and it's making sure that everything is repeating correctly, as long as what I'm putting out are quality books, then if it takes me 144 books to make $4,800 a year, then I'm okay with that. Like, I'm fine with that. And also, the Repper scrapbooks are forming part of a wider scrapbook business, which is also part of a wider surface pattern business, because I'm also selling those surface patterns on other platforms, which I will be going into in the mini course. So I'm good with using Repper. I'm gonna carry on. And the thing that I need to, oh, hold on, I have got some more numbers. I did work out some more numbers. I went a little bit crazy with the numbers and went to 288 books, $9,600 a year, 576 books, which I don't think even with Repper I'm going to be making, could be as much as $19,200 a year. I mean, those numbers just seem so huge to me. I mean, I can almost survive on the $9,600. I can definitely live off just the $19,200. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's huge for me. And like I said, this is just a single part of much wider, broader things that I'm doing. I'm going to be using Repper a lot more next year, and I hope that what I've talked about helps you to decide whether it's a good thing for you, or it might be something that you can kind of use within your business. I can think of so many more uses for it. I really want to create some patterns that are in like Sparrows End brand colours and things like that, but again, that's for next year. The only other thing that I would say as well is, as someone who is kind of bootstrapping their way through online income and setting up income streams and small businesses and things like that, it's really important. And I know this is going to sound patronizing because I know you know this, but sometimes you can see someone that you know, like, and trust talking on YouTube about something and think, oh yeah, I've got to have that because he's talking about it, she's talking about it, they're talking about it, whatever. But you really do need to think about, am I going to use this? Would the benefits that, say for example, the benefits that I'm talking about, do they apply to you and your business? And actually the fundamental thing that you've got to ask yourself as well is, can I afford to do this for my business at the moment? The 50% off Black Friday deal that they're doing on the annual subscription is fantastic, and you can see that actually my sort of slightly half-hearted 9 scrapbooks more than covers that. But there are no guarantees, and there's no point in buying anything for your business that you can't afford. So think about it really carefully. Have a little look back through everything I've said in this video. Go and have a look on the website, because there's a little demo pattern creator section on there, which is the bit that convinced me, because I just loved playing around with it so much. And just see what you think about it. And also don't worry about missing out on this deal, because I do still have the 25% off that you can get during other times of the year as well. So have a really good think about it. Think about where the future of your KDP business lies, or just the future of your income streams. If there's a good match, go for it. If there isn't, then don't. I will of course be making videos over the course of next year with regular updates on how I'm using Repper and the income that I'm getting from it, the different places and the different ways that I'm getting passive income from it. And I nearly always have numbers in my videos as well. So if you're really interested in that and you're not yet subscribed, make sure you click on subscribe, hit the little notification bell to say that you want all of the videos when they come through. And I will be back again soon with updates on the mini courses, updates on my income over Q4, and also for those of you that really enjoy just kicking back with me and like watching the vlogs of my kind of behind the scenes work from home lifestyle, then I will see you in the comments of those videos too.